Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique. If this is your first time here, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do also have a bunch of other readings posted over there as well. I also have channel memberships available for this channel for those of you that are wanting access to exclusive members only picker cards. I am also available for private readings. You can find my email in the description box. Just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as other services that I do provide. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing a message from Spirit, but this is specifically going to be a message that finds you when you need it most. Okay, so I'm sure that if you found this video, it's popping up in your feed. There is a message in here for you. Okay, that's the intention that I'm setting, is that this message finds you when you need it most. So there's going to be 3 different groups for you guys to choose from today. If by chance you do feel drawn to more than one group, that is perfectly okay for today's reading. So we're going to pull the cards first, and we're going to add some crystals on here. So group 1. This message is going to find you when you need it most. This is a message from Spirit. It finds you when you need it most. Let's have something for group 1. This message will find group 1 when they need it most. Okay. So group 1, we got the Artist. We're going to do that with a yellow Aventurine. I will give you guys a closer look in a moment. Group 2, this message will find you when you need it most. We have the Creator. And that is going to be with that little red jasper there. So group 3, this message is going to find you when you need it most. And we have the, excuse me, the Pioneer. And we're going to use this little dark green crystal here. Okay, so group 1, we have number 23, the Artist, with the yellow Aventurine. Group 2, you are going to be card number 21, the Creator. And that is with this little red jasper. Group 3, you are going to be card number 13, the Pioneer. And that is with this little, and this is a dyed crystal. It's not the original. It's an artificial coloring that's on here, but it's like a dark green. You are number 13, the Pioneer, with this green crystal. Okay, so those are the choices for today. This message finds you when you need it most. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time to just kind of sit with the group, see which one you do feel the most intuitively drawn to, and I will see you at your reading. Hi group 1, so those of you that resonated with the yellow Aventurine and the Artist card, this is going to be your reading today. So we're going to pull the rest of your cards here and see what Spirit has for you. So this message, I've set the intention that this message is going to find you when you need to hear it most, a message from Spirit. So group 1, What is your message that is going to find you when you need it most, group 1? What is your message? Okay, so we have how do you say that? Gloxinia? It says, love at first sight and proud spirit. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. William Shakespeare. Let's actually pull. Let's see. We have Fate with the Dahlia. Okay. What is your message that is meant to find you when you need it most, group 1? We have Rebirth number 35 with the Sacred Blue Lily. Group 1. Number 31, it says, grab your monster by the tail. Grab your monster by the tail. Okay, let's look at your tarot. And for those of you that are wanting to know what tarot oracle decks I'm using, you can find that information in the description box, which is located right underneath the video. So group 1, this message finds you when you need it most. What is your message from Spirit? Okay, so we're starting off with the Page of Swords, the Queen of Cups, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, the Fool, and let's pull one more. The Five of Cups. Okay, so I see where this is going. Grab your monster by the tail. I feel like that says a lot about fear. Okay, fear. Getting fear, anxiety, kind of like under control here. I feel for you, group 1, that there is something that your soul is wanting you to put out into the world to express. We have the Five of Cups energy here, and the Five of Cups can be a card of grief, pain, sadness, remorse, guilt, shame. It's this card talks about some very difficult, heavy emotions that we deal with, right? And throughout our life. And with the moon being present, the moon can talk about having a lot of suppressed feelings and emotions. And it can also bring about a lot of confusion and doubt and fears and insecurities, suppressed feelings and emotions that we have from memories tied into things from our past. There is a wounded energy here. The Nine of Wands is present. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, that you are going through a rebirth process. And part of the rebirth process is about releasing, letting go, so that you are kind of freeing, in a sense, your energy, releasing things. But I feel like what's important about this is your ability to be able to put your feelings into words, to be able to help yourself to acknowledge those feelings that you have, to make sense of them, to allow yourself to see them, to feel them, so that you are able to release them. Many of you, I feel like you have a very artistic or creative mind. And I feel that you are someone who is meant to overcome, where Spirit is wanting you to kind of take into consideration the fears and the insecurities that you might have about your voice, communication. There's a need for you to speak from a place of authenticity about your experiences. Now, this might be writing or even sharing that with the world in some way, but I also feel like your process of expressing this is going to be something that you are meant to do. And it's interesting that you have the artist here, and then you have this quote here, this card that's coming through from William Shakespeare. And so I feel that many of you may be naturally gifted and talented at writing. You know, and I feel like for those of you that have gone through some painful love experiences in your life, that this is where this creation that Spirit's trying to draw you towards, where this creation can be born. Now, we don't have to just tie it into, you know, writing, but this is some form of creative expression through art, and whatever that means to you, or whatever that looks like to you, depending on whatever medium you choose to use. It may be painting, it could be drawing, it could be dancing, something to that regard, because this is something that's going to help you to feel more emotionally balanced, more grounded, and to help to shed light upon any types of feelings or emotions that you may have suppressed, to help you to clear these. Okay, it may even be in identifying certain fears or anxieties that you might have. And so with the Fool energy, the Fool is not only talking about, you know, leaping into the unknown and taking some kind of leap of faith into a new beginning, unlimited potential and unlimited possibilities. Now, this is something that I feel like Spirit is wanting you to do, is to really kind of dare to step outside of your comfort zone, try new things, do new things, step into your fullest potential. Okay. And for some of you, this could be lightening the load in a sense of releasing, but I feel like Spirit's kind of wanting you to do something with this release, to find some form of creative way of being able to release this energy as you move into this next chapter of your life. The other thing with the Fool energy here is this new start, this new beginning for you. The Fool is also about, you know, the Fool is without fear. And so with this message here about grabbing your monster by the tail, that monster could be self-sabotaging thoughts, self-limiting beliefs. This may also be something that, especially for those of you that are single and looking for love, okay, this is going to be something that helps you to align your energy and your vibration by you being able to clear any of these energies that have to be released from your emotional body, okay, or even mental body. The Fool is a blank slate. So in this case, with going through that whole rebirth process, it is about release. It is about clearing here. And some of you, I do feel like you do have a fated connection coming in for you. Look at love at first sight and proud spirit. When I saw you, I fell in love, and you smiled because you knew. Okay? And so that can certainly be leading you on a path of aligning with your destiny. You know, and this may even be about overcoming fears surrounding love. And I feel like definitely taking charge, taking control back, taking your power back, I should say, taking your power back of your life, okay? And stepping into that position where you become that co-creator with the divine. Sometimes with the Five of Cups energy, we could be going through a little bit of a mild depression. We might be even feeling disappointment or discouragement or even hopelessness. And this is where Spirit is kind of wanting you to look into, right? Because the Page of Swords is also about doing research, getting information, gathering information. It's also about lessons. So perhaps a lot of these feelings and these emotions that you could be holding on to or experiencing could also be teaching you something. The fear could be something that's teaching you something. The underlying fears or insecurities, where are they coming from? So I almost feel like this is also an invitation for you to also look deeper into this self. Okay, is really what I'm getting from this. But some of you, I do feel like you are artists at heart, whatever way you choose to express that art. I mean, some of you might be amazing at poetry and speaking from places of pain that you've experienced in the past might be the perfect medium for drawing out certain creative inspiration from certain experiences that you've gone through in the past, by you being able to kind of put those feelings into words, where it just kind of flows effortlessly for you in that regard. Okay, so there's definitely something here for you to create in that. And I feel like that's what you're guided to do intuitively, is to really kind of step into the energy of the feminine with creation, creativity. You do have two queens here and also the moon, which is all feminine energy. And so we can, feed into our creativity in this way of what these things are trying to teach you. But also, this is helping you to change also certain belief systems. I feel like the ones that are no longer needed. This is helping you to really kind of clear and purify your energy. And it's interesting that you also have a white rose here, white roses, or any type of white color, especially when I'm reading tarot and oracle. White is a symbol of purity, innocence. And so we don't have the traditional Fool tarot card here, but the Fool also is holding a little, in the Rider-Waite deck, holding a little white flower. And that too being that symbol of innocence and purity. And so I feel like this is where Spirit is trying to help you to release, to clear, because this is going to be something that really helps you to ground your energy and help to release a lot of energy that you could certainly be holding on to here. Okay, so this is where I feel like Spirit is kind of guiding you, is towards some form of creative expression, helping you to release. And this is also helping yourself by looking deeper into where your thoughts are at, your feelings and your emotions at, because they're teaching you something. And this is time for us to kind of pay attention to what these things are, so that we're able to honor whatever feelings and emotions are coming up for us, to aid in that process of release. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, Group 1. If that was helpful, leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonates for you. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Hi, Pile 2. So those of you that resonate with card number 21, the Creator, and this little red Jasper here, this is going to be a reading today. So we're asking Spirit about a message that is going to find you when you need it most. Okay, so let's pull your cards. Let's see. The Creator. So what message is going to find you when you need it most? What is your message, Pile 2? A message that will find you when you need it most. Okay, so we have Camellia with Destiny. It says, "It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves." William Shakespeare. It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves. Okay. We have besides water. Ranunculus besides water. We have fertility. Ooh, interesting. I like your message. Okay. Let's see, group 2. Transform your thoughts. I'm going to cover this one a little bit. Transform your thoughts. Okay. So I'm already kind of getting a message for you. We're still going to pull your tarot, but I'm already kind of getting a message here where Spirit is giving you a message, kind of like a little reminder, I feel like. A reminder that you are the creator of your destiny, okay? The reality that we experience within the world is shaped by our thoughts, our ideas, our belief systems, and our feelings and our emotions, okay? Depending on what types of those things that we hold within the self is what we manifest. So we want to take care of where we are directing that energy, okay? This is where I feel like with the transform your thoughts here, there's a bunch of butterflies all over her head and kind of flying away. So Spirit wanting you to know that you are the creator here, okay? You are the co-creator with the divine. And besides water, in a sense, like let's just say if we're focusing on building a garden, okay? Growing a garden here. And we want that soil in order for us to grow beautiful flowers or, vegetables or whatever it is. We want to make sure that we're giving that the best ingredients possible in order for that garden to thrive, okay? With fertility here, right? So it's about fertile ground, let's just say. What seeds are we planting, right? We can look at that as what types of thoughts are we planting to create our world, our destiny here? Because our destiny is also shaped by our choices. So if we're someone who has a lot of, say, self-limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, self-sabotaging thoughts, then we might certainly limit ourselves to what we believe we're capable of, or, even about pursuing certain dreams or goals or desires that we might have. So in a sense, with besides water, it kind of makes me feel like, what are you putting in your garden? What are you using to nourish that garden? Meaning nurturing your plans, your ideas, your goals, your dreams. What are you giving to it besides water? So I feel like this is a time for you to step into that place of taking control of your life, in a sense where you're making choices that align with your highest version of self, as well as what your desires are. And so taking time to nurture those seeds, okay, and whatever those seeds might represent for you, whether it's you having a dream about wanting to go to school, or having a dream about a certain dream career, or having a beautiful relationship or friendships with someone. So what are you putting in your garden, right? When you think about what you're creating in your life, and your life being the garden, what are you nurturing it with? Is it negativity? Is it that you're only, let's just say, giving it water? Maybe that is symbolic for needing something a little more. What else can we add in that garden? How can we enrich the soil? So let's pull your tarot and see. Yeah, so number 6 is the Lovers card. Lovers is about a choice. The Lovers card is about making a choice of the heart. Number 18 is the Moon energy, which also reduces to a number 9, which is the Hermit. So with the Hermit energy, this can be about taking some time for introspection. You know, thinking about where you're at right now is what Spirit's wanting you to do. Think about where you're at right now on your path. And is everything in your life right now, okay, that could be the job, the place that you live, the relationships, the friendships that you have, family situations, everything that's going on, your money, your job. Is everything in your life right now something that you are happy with? Or is it more or less something that you feel unfulfilled by? So this is where we take that time to think about what kind of energy and what kind of role we are playing in the reality that we are experiencing. Because if it's something that we're not happy with, this is where Spirit is wanting you to know that you can change it. The power is within you. The Lovers is also about balance and harmony. So the more or less you can keep your energy in alignment, in harmony, in balance, and feel confident enough to be able to move beyond certain fears and insecurities to make the choices that are necessary in order for you to align with your destiny. Your destiny is shaped by your choices. Okay? If we choose to, let's just say we're at a job that we don't like, and, you know, we're asking the universe, oh, what is my destiny with my career? Well, if you are at a job that you're not happy with and you don't do anything to change it, that is your destiny, right? So this is where Spirit is saying that we can make these changes and really nurture what it is that you're trying to create with good energy, right? Maybe it's being more optimistic. Maybe it's trusting in yourself more, being more confident in yourself, working on self-esteem, different things like that we could put into it to nurture that soil, okay? So this message finds you when you need it most. Group 2, what else for you? Let's see your tarot. What is Pile 2's message here? The Magician. Beautiful. Look what's underneath that. The 8 of Swords. The Magician energy is about willpower, focused intention, manifestation. Okay? Your 8 of Swords is about negative thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, self-imposed restrictions. I can't do this. I'll never be able to do that. I'm not good at this. I'll never, all of that negativity. That's limiting you and your power and your potential. What is your message here for group 2? We have strength. This could be certainly overcoming your fears here. I like that we have the 8s here. You've got 8 here, 8 here, and there's also the infinity symbol in the middle of this little flower here also. The 8. Which is the Strength card. What is your message? Strength card is about your inner power, okay? Your confidence, bravery, courageous moves. Being able to gain control over your fears, to be in control of the ego, meaning that we're not letting the unhealthy aspects of the ego take over in terms of fear-based thinking. We have the High Priestess. This is your intuition. We've got the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. So if at this time, you're wanting to create something new in your life, wanting to change certain things in your life, I do feel like this is where Spirit is trying to draw you to reflect inwards towards the intuition. We just also have to quiet the mind, because the mind can be very busy with a lot of, fear-based thinking here. The Two of Swords can certainly be when we feel conflicted, we feel confused, we feel indecisive, we feel stuck. The Two of Swords is the need for us to balance the mind. Okay? And that could be taking time to pause, quiet, stillness, so that we are able to connect to the intuition. You do have the Nine of Pentacles energy here, which is about identity. It's about financial independence, financial security, being self-made, okay? Creating your own wealth, creating your own abundance. We have the Queen of Cups energy here. So I'm also feeling there's a need, and I'm seeing the Tower at the bottom. I am feeling there's a need here for bringing yourself into a state of emotional balance. Okay? Emotional balance. This may also be something that's very helpful for you to, I feel like quieting the mind, to help you to quiet the mind. Pay attention to where your feelings are, right, in a day. Feelings, the thoughts, so that you can bring more of that awareness to not allow certain feelings, emotions, and thoughts kind of take over. The Tower is a need for releasing, okay? Letting go of old structures, old limitations, things being broken down. This could be certain illusions that you're kind of stuck in here. I am just curious. I want to look at this Eight of Swords. We've got the King of Swords and Justice. Okay. Yeah, I really feel like this is the message here about you stepping into your power and also learning how to master the mind. Because this is going to help you to make also better choices. Better choices in life. Maybe with, if there's certain things that you're not happy with, where if you're in that clear headspace where you no longer let the mind kind of take over in a negative way, the King of Swords is mastery of the suit of the swords. And the swords have to do with the mind, the intellect, our ideas, our thoughts, our actions, our words, whether they are internal dialogue or the way in which we speak out into the universe. So this is you having control and mastery over that, not letting the thoughts control you and dictate your decisions. We have the Five of Pentacles here as well. Now, the Five of Pentacles is about scarcity, poverty consciousness, lack mentality. This may be where we feel like we don't have the resources. We might be feeling helpless. So we might be feeling like there's nothing that we can do to change our situation, right? And that, again, would be us giving into fear, giving into that feeling of despair. And so this is where Spirit is wanting you to change that perspective from that feeling of lack or emptiness or void or being unworthy of what it is that you truly desire, and to know that you are capable of taking decisive action to work towards the vision that you have. But it requires you to overcome those fears and insecurities. And the first step in that is identifying them, noticing, catching yourself, being more self-aware of when you start to notice that your mind starts to go into the negative thoughts. So with your pile here, I would encourage you just for, let's just say you do this to start small and kind of make this part of your regular practice where you do this every day without even, needing to think about it anymore. But let's just say that you, for the next few hours, let's just say, we'll start with that. The next few hours that you start to monitor and keep track of how many times there's a negative thought that just kind of pops into your mind about something, okay? And start to notice how much of your day you actually spend with those fear-based thoughts, the negative thoughts, the self-sabotaging thoughts. And I feel that many of you might be quite surprised at how much of our day where we have that internal dialogue that goes to the negative, that goes to the anxious thoughts, that goes to the worrying, that goes to, thinking about things from the past, where it kind of takes us away from the present moment. Because again, besides water, what are you putting in your garden? Right? Is it that this feeling of void and lack and scarcity? Is it negative thinking, self-limiting beliefs that we're feeding into that garden? Right? How do you think those flowers are going to look if we're not really giving them the best soil, right? Those flowers being what you're creating, right? They might not stand as tall. They might not be as big. They might, not be at their fullest potential. And I feel like that's what Spirit's wanting you to see within yourself, is to also, I would say, pay attention to also what you're taking in terms of advice, things that you watch, things that you listen to, be mindful of that, even things that you might see like on social media. Is it really something that is adding value to your life? Is it something that creates more of an energy within you that's kind of draining, versus being something that nurtures you? Okay, could be a way of we look at that as well. Okay. All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 2. I do hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments how this resonates for you, and I will see you guys in the next reading. Hi, Group 3. So those of you that resonated with number 13, the Pioneer, and this green crystal, let's see what your message is. And we're asking Spirit today to deliver a message that is going to find you when you need it most. So let's see. What is your message? Group 3. Wow, we have the daffodil here with rebirth and new beginnings. And it says new beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Okay. Group 3. Oops. Group 3, what is your message that is going to find you when you need it most? What is your message? Message for Group 3. We have entrance and entreat. Entrance or entrance. Entrance and entreat. I'm pronouncing it all fancy. Well, it could be. I don't know. Let's see. Group 3. We have action, card number 1. Group 3, let's see what your message is. Wow, we have number 22. It says, tell a new story. Tell a new story. New beginnings, the pioneer. I almost feel like with this energy of the pioneer, this could very well be you creating or inventing something new. I mean, Spirit literally is telling you here, tell a new story. Taking action. Number 1 here is about also new beginnings. The number 13 is the death card, which is endings. So you've got an ending here, a beginning. This also reduces to a 4, which is the Emperor. And the Emperor is about taking decisive action. Let's see what your tarot has. Group 3. Group 3, what is your message? And then you also have, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be pronounced. Well, I know obviously it's entrance, but I don't know if the way that this deck creator, if it's about entrance, if that's even a word, or entreat. I'm gonna have to look that up. But if we're thinking about it in terms of it being in the English word an entrance, right? That's a beginning. We're entering something here. Let's see. We have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Wands. Okay. For some of you, this is about taking the first step and following your heart here. Okay. I almost feel like Spirit's saying, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Create a new story. Tell a new story. Page of Pentacles is planting the seed for something new. The eagerness to begin, to create. You've got the Six of Swords. This is about moving on. Okay. It's also a card of healing, transition. Kind of being in that liminal space of the in-between endings and the new beginning. Some of you, this might even be about moving. If you've been feeling that your heart has been calling you towards a specific place in the world, you know, that might be you creating a whole new life for yourself, moving to a new country, a new city, a new state. What else? So if you're coming to this, maybe like trying to get confirmation from Spirit about like, should I leave? Should I move? The answer is yes. What are you waiting for? Follow your heart. We have the Knight of Wands. This Knight of Wands can also be a travel card. It can be about moving action also. Okay. So action is required. Your action is required. I almost feel like that pioneer energy kind of gives me like King of Wands energy. About paving and forging your own path here. We've got, what is this? The Four of Wands in reverse. Some of you are needing to leave where you're living right now. Okay? Your home environment situation. Maybe it's not quite in alignment for you. It could be the place that you live. It could be if you're living, let's just say, with roommates or people you don't like the community that you live in. You've been really wanting to move. You just feel like it's just not for you anymore. It's time to go. We also have, look at that, the Emperor is here, but it's in reverse. Okay. Some of you are needing to let go of old belief systems. Okay. The Emperor in reverse is when we might feel a little disempowered. We might be lacking discipline. Okay. This could be a need for us to be more focused, be more organized, come up even like with a routine of being more confident in ourselves. The Emperor is all about building a solid foundation, a solid structure. Both your fours here are in reverse. So, you know, you could be moving away from a time in your life of feeling unstable, of feeling ungrounded, and moving into a space that is something that's going to support this new beginning for you, building a whole new foundation, right? We can look at this in a way with Spirit saying tell a new story is where you let go of that old foundation or the cracks in the foundation, right? And the foundation being your beliefs about self, about other, certain ideas, self-limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging thoughts, like what is in your foundation. Or if, let's just say, if you grew up, right, in an environment that was unhealthy or unstable, or you felt like there was another person who's trying to control you, because the Emperor in reverse can also be like a tyrant, or even a boss, a bad boss, or an unhealthy partner, okay? Husband, doesn't necessarily have to be, but it could be like if you're married, or in a relationship and your partner is controlling, possessive, tries to dictate, right, what you do, what you don't do, things like that, where you just kind of feel like you have no control. This is where you take control back of your life. You become your own emperor. You become the leader that you need. You step up as the leader, okay, to create some powerful change here. So what else do I want to look at? For some of you, I do feel like Spirit's saying, take the first step. Okay, take that first step. This is Aries energy, which is, like I said, it was kind of reminding me of the King of Wands. I want to look at that really quick. I want to see what does entreat mean? Entreat, definition, what is it? It says, ask someone earnestly or anxiously to do something his friends entreated him not to go. Let's see, what else is there here? To ask in a serious and urgent manner. Oh, so maybe Spirit's like, pile 3. Pile 3. You need to take action like ASAP. Right now. Stop waiting. Let's go. Let's get moving. Let's write a new story. Let's create something new. There's a need for following your heart here, your intuition, letting your heart be your guide, taking that first step in that new direction. Some of you literally could be moving here, okay? Also, if you're in a marriage or a relationship here that you're not happy in, like say if you're unhappily married, you're at a toxic work environment. There's something here for some of you about your environment being something that is no longer good for you, okay? Or it may have served a purpose in your life for a time, but you've outgrown this energetically. I also feel like you've outgrown your old story, right? The old stories that we tell ourselves. We kind of keep ourselves tied sometimes into certain timelines or to certain experiences that we've had in the past, when we may have grown so much that it's like Spirit wanting you to separate yourself from that old identity and to create a new one, a whole new you, a whole new foundation, and to start taking action towards creating that new story. This is like your first chapter in your new book, okay? Is kind of what I'm getting here. I'm just curious. I wonder if there's another way of looking at this entrance, if it's just me, it really is just entrance, or am I trying to pronounce it so fancy and say entrance? It says an opening such as a door, a passage, a gate that allows access to a place. I don't know. You guys are so smart, though. I'm sure you'll let me know if entrance is a word, or am I just pronouncing it with an accent, making it fancier? But, it's almost like spirits, I almost kind of feel like there's a little bit of urgency here with this, especially with the Knight of Wands showing up. Because the Knight of Wands is very fast moving energy. Okay. Perhaps some of you, because we do have the Emperor here, this is Aries energy. Perhaps some of you, this is a change that you need to make quickly. Okay, start getting things in motion by, when does Aries season start? Soon, actually, really soon, right? We're already March 11th today, and Aries season starts when? On the 20th or 21st, something like that, of this month, and then goes through April. And some of you, this could be a need for doing things quickly, okay? Taking action swiftly. I do want to see what the Six of Swords energy is here. Page of Swords. The King of Wands. There's the King of Wands. Page of Swords. King of Swords is about taking the lead. We got the Five of Pentacles again, and that would be part of the old story, the Five of Pentacles. You might feel like, I don't have what I need right now, or I can't do this because it's not time yet, or I don't feel like I have the resources. Now, I totally get that, you know, especially if you're like, okay, yeah, Monique, I want to move, but I don't have the money to move. Then this would more or less be about you being the King of Wands, of making it happen. Because when we're in the Five of Pentacles energy, we feel like we don't have the resources we need, but we also feel like having those resources is not possible. Okay? Which is not true. The universe is abundant. There are many different ways of being able to create wealth and abundance in order to make, like, let's just say for those of you that literally do want to move, to make this happen. But this is about finding the resources, right? Being resourceful. Which the Page of Swords energy is also about doing research. Okay? Doing research, studying, investigating, looking up information, perhaps about finding ways in which you can do this. But we need to take action. We can't just, you know, say, okay, I want to do this, but we haven't looked into gathering the information that we need in order to say, okay, how can I make this happen? What are some ways to do that, right? Because the King of Wands energy being about leadership, you know, that King of Wands isn't going to sit around and stay in that Five of Pentacles energy and say, I guess I can't do it, right? He's going to make it happen. King of Wands is going to make it happen and find a way. The King of Wands is about forging a path, being the trailblazer. Okay? So this can certainly be also working towards changing the way that you're thinking. If we're thinking in Five of Pentacles energy, that's poverty consciousness, scarcity mindset, that there is nothing that we can do to change our situation. There is nothing that I can do to make this happen, which is false. There is always a way. This could be about us, again, doing the research, right? Looking things up, finding ways to make magic happen. I want to look at your Emperor in reverse here. Magician. Yeah, Spirit's wanting you to step into your power here. We've got the Hierophant, the Moon, and the Sun. Interesting. We've got masculine, feminine energy here. So it's a need for you to bring both of those energies into alignment, into balance. Recognize where your own fears, insecurities, doubting yourself is a big thing here. Doubting your power. The Sun energy is about life force, vitality, confidence. Solar plexus energy, this is your I am presence, your confidence. Okay, maybe for some of you are working on healing the masculine energy, learning to be more assertive, powerful, authoritative, asserting your power and your direction, overcoming any fears and insecurities, you know? And sometimes there's certain things that we want to do, you know, that we feel afraid to, we feel scared, but we just need to do it. We just have to do it. It's like when people tell you just rip the Band-Aid off. Especially with this Three of Wands energy, we could be anticipating, like waiting for something, waiting for a sign, waiting for, something to come together. But Spirit's like, no, you need to take that first step. You need to take action here. We could be waiting for something to happen for us, or waiting for this to come along, waiting for everything to be just perfect or just aligned. But it's like, this is where Spirit is wanting you to take that first step in that direction, and the universe stepping in and supporting you in that. Okay. We have the Chariot energy here, which is about having the willpower to move forward, to lead yourself, to get that momentum going as well, right? Because you taking the first step is going to change the energy away from your old story. Perhaps in that Five of Pentacles energy, right? Of the feeling of I can't do it, or I can't have it, or it's, it's not present in my life. I don't have this, I don't have that. The Chariot is about balancing two opposing forces of energy. Here they are, the sun and the moon, masculine and feminine, right? Normally on the Chariot card, we see on the Rider-Waite deck, we see two sphinxes, right? At the front of the Chariot. And the sphinx is black and white, right? Yin and yang, masculine, feminine, however you want to look at that. We have to get both of those energies to work together, meaning that we can't, just think of something, an amazing idea. We need to bring the feminine energy needs the masculine energy to bring that creation into form, to create stability with it. So we need both of them to work together. This is your willpower here to be successful, to lead yourself to a place of success and victory. That's your new story. That's the new story that Spirit is wanting you to create here. But I feel like where Spirit is giving this message with a little bit, like I said, a little bit of urgency here. Okay? Some of you, this might be something that's happening as you're watching this reading a little bit later. Leo season could be significant for you. Pisces season, Taurus season, Cancer season. So some of you, it might be something that's playing out. If you're watching this when I upload this could be something that's kind of playing out through summer, the summer months. And then you also have the Magician here, which is Gemini and Virgo energy. Okay, Gemini, Virgo seasons for some of you. But this is where Spirit's like, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to get moving. Enough dilly-dally. Enough dilly-dallying. It's time to go. Okay? All right, so that is all that I have for you, Group 3. Let me know how this resonated for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.